welcome to the grid. You're just thinking about winning a race.
It's going to be two Mercedes going wheel to wheel into turn one.
Brilliant wheel-to-wheel action, definitely game on.
Your finest moment in the race.
What a great race we've got in progress. Well, hello and welcome to day 3 of testing and hashtag Ask Crofty, where we thought we'd come to the side of the track to have a little look at the cars. The Red Bull with Daniel Ricciardo on its race simulation at the moment. Sebastian Vettel is pounding around in the Ferrari as well. We have the Toro Rosso out on track, and we have this man who's actually finished his work for the day and has decided to come and have a chat as well. Lance Stroll, how are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, thank you.
Isn't this one of the best places to stand and watch Formula One cars?
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, you just see the car come out of turn 10, and this whole section is just really great to watch for sure.
I got loads of questions for you from the viewers. I'll put them down there for a minute. But my first one, isn't this a great place to drive a Formula One car as well? You can say that now.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's great to be here. It's great to be driving. You know, new regulations are a lot of fun. Cars have a lot of grip, so yeah, no, it's good to be out here.
And we're talking to you on the day that you completed your first race distance in a 2017 car as well.
Yeah, I was doing a lot of that this morning, so it was good to get out there on you know, medium tires and, you know, do some long runs. So yeah, no, good to get a feel for it. Yeah, it's quite physically demanding compared to some previous years, but it's good. It's a good challenge.
Yeah. Talking of which, we've got a few questions about that. Ashley, just Ashley, only one name. It says, given the amount of mileage you had last year, and you did quite a bit of mileage in the 2014 car, how difficult has it been to adapt to these new cars? I mean, what is the big difference?
I think the loads just went up quite a bit. I think it's not as much as I expected. It is still a car, and you know, over the winter I obviously trained really hard to get ready for it. So I think it is quite, I mean, it is a fair amount harder, but I also feel a lot stronger. So yeah, you could definitely feel in turn 3 here, you know, the neck is hurting a bit more than in the past, but it's a good challenge. I really like it. I think all the other drivers do also. It kind of brings back the physical part of things, so it's great. Yeah, no, it's good initially, but I'm sure you know, some of the other races like Malaysia and stuff will also be, you know, maybe even more challenging. So initially I feel really good.
You're going to need a bigger drinks bottle, I think, for Malaysia this year.
Yeah, I think so. I think everyone else will also.
See, in years to come, when we're old and grey, we'll look back on this day. Well, when I'm old and grey and you're kind of just older and not going grey yet, we'll look back on this day, because it's a momentous day. It's the first continuous race distance you've done at the start of your first full season. You know, this is, I know it's not where it all starts, but you know, you've done a race distance now.
Yeah, I think you know, it was a good day. You know, kind of all those question marks over the winter. You know, how you're going to feel physically, how's, you know, the car going to feel. You kind of just, you know, clear your mind quite a bit after the first, you know, feeling in the car. So I was really happy with today.
Right, let's go through a few questions. Tim G says you have the world spotlight on you. How do you keep a clear head and maintain your focus? Because everyone is looking at you at the moment, and that's good and bad.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it is what it is. I'm just focused on my stuff. You know, like I've always been my whole career. You know, I try as hard as I can, and I can't do much more than that. So, yeah, it's the way it is. But you know, I keep a clear head and just focus on my stuff.
First Canadian driver to race since Jacques Villeneuve, of course, and that was quite a few years ago. I mean, he is going old and grey now, properly grey as well. Nick Nielsen-Bean says, do you feel any pressure because you are the first Canadian since Jacques Villeneuve?
No, I don't think that's added pressure, you know. I think regardless of Jacques, it's Formula One, and you always feel that a bit of pressure. So no, it doesn't really change the way I think at all.
Did what happened last week dent your confidence in any way? Adam Todd wants to know that.
No, not at all. You know, it's obviously unfortunate what happened, but it is what it is. It happened. It's behind me now. You know, it's behind the team. And we're focused on this week, and so far it's been a good week this week, so I'm looking at the positive side.
Let's just look to the chicane. Look, we got the Renault, we got the Red Bull, and then we got a Ferrari that's hanging back a bit. Now, is that what we're going to get in racing this year? I mean, maybe not with the Renault ahead, but it might surprise us, we don't know. Are we going to get cars running that close on the track?
I think so. I mean, depends. For sure, sometimes you have close races, and that's what we all want to see. You know, it's good to see cars close and fighting, you know, together. But I think it is a bit harder to follow, maybe. But I don't know. We have to wait and see. I think that's still a big question mark to everyone.
They look really big from behind. I mean, when you're in a cockpit, do they look twice as big?
Yeah, they do. I was actually out this morning and telling myself the same thing. I think it's going to be quite tricky around Monaco to overtake. So, yeah, they're definitely massive this year. You know, you can notice quite a big difference. I never actually drove behind a Formula One car other than this year. But they are very big, so it'll be interesting.
You've driven a lot of tracks, of course, in the junior Formula. Are there any of those that you want to bring back or bring into Formula One? Luke Stone wants to know this one.
I mean, I did most of the European tracks that are already on the calendar. For sure, you know, tracks like Imola. What else? I think Nürburgring. Those are some cool tracks. Would be good to see back on the calendar. But you know, the tracks we have today are also really cool in Formula One. So yeah, I'm gonna enjoy them.
As long as Montreal stays, which of course it is. Because of you, they've signed a new deal, or maybe not.
Yeah, I don't know the details behind it, but it's just great. It's great to see it back on the calendar. I was a bit worried for a second that it wasn't going to be there, but I'm really looking forward to the weekends. You know, it's going to be great competing at home. I haven't competed at home in a long time, so yeah, it should be really cool.
Absolutely. A few more questions, and then we'll let you watch a few more Formula One cars. Expectations for the season for Williams? Fourth? Bluesy wants to know this one.
I don't think we're focused on a number. I think we're just gonna, you know, finish the test, and we're gonna go to Melbourne, and you know, me, the team, everyone's gonna be pushing as hard as we can, like we always do. And you know, from my side, I'm not really putting any expectations in my mind. It depends on so many things, you know, falling into place, the car, so many other things. So I'm just really gonna take it race by race. Obviously, I'm gonna be pushing as hard as I can, and also learning, because you know, tracks like Melbourne, Shanghai, I've never been there, so it's going to be new for me. But I'm just going to do my thing and take it race by race.
If you could get a point in Melbourne, then the pressure's off. Life gets so much nicer, doesn't it?
Yeah, we'll see. You know what? It'll be what it'll be. I'm just going to go out there and do my thing, and yeah, then you know, move on to China and keep doing it. So
keep doing it time after time after time. Right. Do you have a name, says Marge, for your 2017 car? Have you given it a name yet?
No, that's not really my thing. I don't give names to my cars, so no.
So, no Sebastian Vettel there. And Bex, what's your favourite dinosaur?
I guess I have to say a T-Rex, you know?
Of course you do.
Yeah, I mean, everyone loves a T-Rex, so.
My mate Billy loves T-Rexes. He is a
Just
massive T-Rex fan.
We were talking about it earlier, the arms. A bit short, but other than that, they're pretty awesome, so.
It's kind of big, tall, with really silly arms, but they're the king of the jungle.
Yeah, they certainly are, so.
So you're a Formula One driver now. In motor racing terms, you're the king of the jungle.
Is that so?
Yeah. Well, okay. Everyone wants to be an F1 driver. Now you got your chance.
I guess. So, yeah, for sure. It's good to be good to be here as a Formula One driver, for sure.
I love this. There's almost like a realization sinking into your mind there. I'm a Formula One driver, and then you started smiling. That's good.
Yeah. No, for sure. You got to embrace it. You know, you got to enjoy being here. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and you got to embrace it. You know, it's very special, and I'm really excited for the season.
Oh, magic! Thanks for talking to us and answering a few questions today. Good luck between now and Melbourne, and we'll speak to you then. We're going to talk to a man who used to drive one of those things, the Renault. It was the Lotus, it was the Renault, it was the Lotus, it was the Renault. Now he's at Haas, and he's just over there. He's Romain Grosjean. And as if by magic, here he is, smiling Romain Grosjean. How are you?
Very good. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. I'm enjoying the sunshine. It's taken me a while to get up the hill, and we've got a red flag, so it's all got a bit quiet around here.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to get to see the cars, but at least we get to chat quietly.
Yeah, well, that's very true. It wasn't very quiet for you last night. You went to the new camp, didn't you?
Yeah, I was in Canu, watched the game. Obviously, I was a bit more for Paris than Barca. I was invited by Barca, and we had some amazing seats. But
You were right behind the dugout.
yeah, we were well positioned and enjoyed the game. It was actually the first football game of my life. So
Really?
I think I picked up the good one.
Yeah, you know they don't all end like that with 3 goals in the last 7 minutes and the home team going through. I mean, that was a phenomenal game.
That was a bit painful.
Just shows you should never, ever give up.
No, exactly. That's only sports can do that. I mean, in history, no one came back from 4-0 in the Champions League. And whenever Paris scored a goal, I thought, okay, that's it. You know, Paris is going through. And the next thing you knew is that Barcelona won and it's going through.
A little birdie tells me, and you know I do my research on this one, that you might not have seen the last 3 goals. That You
Yeah.
might have committed the cardinal sin of leaving a match early. Is that true?
I did. I'm in the car on Friday.
Schoolboy error.
It was, but I need my sleep. So I just didn't want to leave at the same time as 100,000 people. But I'll tell you what, it's painful as well. I'm glad I wasn't there because I would have felt for Paris. But the atmosphere in the stadium was amazing. I mean, it's Barca, it's Canu, it's the place to watch football game. But yeah, missed the 3 last ones.
See, my little boy he'd never have left early. He's a big Lionel Messi and Barcelona fan, my little boy James. He'll be gutted that you were there and you missed the action as well. Do you want to say sorry to James on the TV?
Yeah, sorry, James.
Yeah.
I won't do it again, I promise.
See, that's just for James, that is. We've got lots of questions from our viewers here, just for you today. So should we start with this one? An invisible man says, what do you put your turnaround from bad boy rookie to consummate professional down to? I mean, getting lots of sleep, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when you get to Formula One, it's a tough world. It's the best drivers in the world, and you want to be part of that, and you want to prove that you've got your seat and that you own it. And I probably pushed the boundary a bit too far, made some mistakes. I mean, almost won my first Grand Prix at the European Grand Prix after 6 or 7 Grand Prix in Formula One, and that was it was very positive, but it was somehow negative because I wanted to get the first win on the first year, and then from that onwards it triggered the mistakes at the first corner. But whenever you analyze everything and you come back and you try to understand yourself, working as a psychologist, then I haven't changed. I've just matured.
Yeah, grown up a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
A bit of grey in the beard. There is a bit of grey in the beard now, you know that.
Well,
I mean, it happens to us all eventually.
I've been working hard on it. It's been since 2011 that I haven't shaved, so it's taking time.
It's getting there. I mean, by 2020, I mean, that'll be a full beard.
It will.
Yeah, and it'll look splendid. It really will. Can you get a podium or 2 this season? Says Martin Chan. Let's look forward to this season with positivity.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the game last night proved that nothing is impossible. And we scored a podium in 2015 with Lotus. We weren't expecting it. I mean, with Haas, I think the whole team is in a much better place than last year. There's going to be opportunities, and up to us to get there. And yes, I always say I wanted to be the first Haas driver to score points, to be in the top 5, then on the podium, and then hopefully to win a race one day.
Kev says, is there a big difference between driving for Haas and driving for Renault, Lotus, whatever they were called while you were there?
Yeah, I changed a few times names while I was there. Yes, well, I mean, if you look at the way the team works, it's very similar. We've got a Banbury based, and some of the engineers I know from the past. So the whole procedures is pretty much the same. I think the biggest difference is the American mentality, where failure is not bad. It's actually a positive thing. It means you have been trying and you've pushed yourself. And as long as you don't do it again, that's fine. People are just telling you, what, you tried, you failed. Not a big deal, we're proud you tried. Just go on. And whilst European mentality is a bit more like, oh, you failed, you're weak. And I think that American mentality that Gene is bringing to the team is going to be a big strength in the future.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, it's not trying. That's the big failure, isn't it?
Exactly. Not trying is a failure. Not failing because you tried. It's a big difference.
This is a great question. Well, brilliant. Yassine Al-Abed. He says, did you get a call from Toto Wolff over the winter when Nico announced his retirement? Were you one of the drivers that got a call to replace Rosberg?
I did not get a call from Toto.
Did you put a call in?
I did not put a call in.
There are 26 apparently, 26 drivers who are interested. Some on the grid, some not on the grid, some who used to be on the grid.
Yeah, I'm not saying manager are not doing their job, but I'm just saying I didn't call myself.
I think we've just had an exclusive there. Would you want to drive for Mercedes one day?
Well, clearly, you know, in the last 3 years they've been the best team on the grid, so it's a great team and it's got a huge history in motorsport. It's great. It's a wonderful team. I would love to drive for Ferrari as well, and you know, some of those teams that have got big history in Formula One. So I want to become world champion, and to do that you need to get the car. So yeah, I want to drive for a big team one day, but right now I'm pretty proud of what I've achieved with Haas so far, and I think year 2 everyone is expecting that we're going to struggle more, but actually I think we're going to be better, so I'm looking forward to that.
Can you understand Nico wanting to retire? I mean, would you? You're a family man. You know, you love your wife, you love your kids. You know, you spent some great time with them over the winter. Nico said he owed it to his family to go, but can you understand him retiring when he did?
Yeah, I can. I mean, you know, if he wanted to be once world champion and that was his goal, and then he said, I've done everything I could, everything I wanted, why not retiring when you're at the top? Huge respect for that. Probably not the case would happen to me, but we're all different, and I do understand that it takes a lot to be a Formula 1 driver.
Right, Mark Mallison, with lower tyre deg and more grip, will brakes now be the decider in attacking and overtaking this year?
Well, let's see, the Haas is coming by, so...
Excellent.
Yeah.
There it is.
There it is.
On a quali run as well, on the Ultrasofts.
Looks like it, yeah.
Is it all about how late you can brake this year?
Well, a lot is going to be down to braking, yes. Overtaking is probably not going to be easier because of the braking zone. We've lost like 30 meters, brake 30 meters later, so it's going to be harder to overtake, but brakes are going to be key. I still think with the new aerodynamic package, air was going to be such a big influence on the car. That's where we need to really work hard.
2 more questions. Shiva, what's your favourite food to cook? You do nothing but cook when you're at home.
I do cook when I'm home. You know, kids love it, and we share that together. What I love cooking, it's not really what's on the plate which matters. It's for who you cook. You know, if I cook something for my kids and they just love it, it's amazing. If I've got friends coming home, then I try to get some nice imagination, thinking about what can we do, what are they gonna love, and that's why I love cooking.
Excellent. You tweet about it a lot. I follow you on Twitter, and I'm salivating like Pavlov's dog by the end of the Twitter, to be honest. Beck says, what's your favourite dinosaur? Last question, what's your favourite dinosaur?
She loves that question, doesn't she?
She does.
A Tyrannosaurus.
Yeah, that's what Lance Stroll said.
Okay, well, fair enough. My son's got one, and he loves to play with it. Well, not a real one, a plastic one, a small one, and he loves it. They say, this is a Tyrannosaur in French. So, yeah, that's the one.
The T-Rex, even with the short arms, we love a T-Rex.
Exactly.
Got to be done. Right, the cars are back out on the track now, so we could stand here and watch them for a while. It might be quite nice. You never get to do this very often.
Actually, no. First time I come alongside the track for the winter testing. So I've been cycling a lot, enjoying the weather here, keeping the fitness up, and then watching data. But I haven't been here on track.
Right. Well, I tell you what, we'll stand here for a while then. Enjoy the sunshine, watch the cars go round, and I'll see you in a few moments, and we'll round up the day's action. Thanks, Roman. It's great. Did you bring a packed lunch with you?
No.
See, not cooking for me today. Shocking. Beautiful sights. The moon over the paddock in Barcelona. Not quite sure if we've done enough mileage to get us to the moon and back this week, but we're getting there, and a lot of teams have put a lot of miles on the clock. Sadly, not Renault. 53 laps only for Jolyon Palmer today. Stopped twice out on the track. First time it was an MG UK issue. We've heard that before, haven't we, so far this winter with Renault engines. Teams say they're mileage limited on certain parts, and this afternoon he stopped and brought out another red flag, and that was because, well, they didn't want it to go completely bang before the parts gave way. Engine change as well after the first stop today. Another engine change down at Renault. It was a gearbox problem for Danny Kvyat at Toro Rosso. Daniel Ricciardo did 128 laps for Red Bull. But once again, the Renault engine kind of holding together, but a fix on the way certainly, but still a few issues around it. all not completely right at Renault. It's a shame, really, because they started testing really, really well. See what happens by the time they get to Australia on that one. And it certainly hasn't got to McLaren-Honda levels, where they cancelled the scheduled press conference today between Eric Boullier and Hasegawa-san. Boullier basically said he's been talking a lot and didn't want to do any more chats, and Hasegawa-san said, I don't really want to be talking on my own. Guess what? They stopped out on track today as well. Stoffel Van Dorn was in the car. They had a problem which stopped them at the end of the pit lane. They didn't change the power unit, but once again, more issues. So they weren't talking in the press. They weren't facing the media. Doesn't mean we didn't get an interview, though, because the executive director, Zak Brown, was here today. And I went up and had a little word with him and said, look, can you talk? Can you give us a little indication as to what's going on? Of course, he said, Crofty. No problem at all. So here he is. Thanks ever so much for talking. I know it's difficult to talk at the moment without being too critical, but I want to ask this question first and foremost. People say crisis at McLaren. Is that too far-fetched? Or actually, in terms of your engine situation, are you in a real crisis at the moment?
No, I think we have problems. Well, clearly we have problems. But this team is a world championship team, and the way you see them all coming together to address the issues, they're just trying to power through it. So I think crisis would be a bit strong.
Can we ask what are the issues with the engine? We know it keeps going wrong, but why?
That's really more of an Eric question. I'll defer to him. He's the technical expert who runs the team. But you know, a few issues, but we know what they are, so that's good. And we know how to address them, and it just takes various lead times on some of the issues. So we're seeing improvement every day, and that's what's most important.
Have you been given assurances by Honda that everything will be fixed for Melbourne?
We've been given assurances from Honda that they're going to do everything they can to give us the best power unit possible. But I think in this world, it's pretty hard to, for anyone to promise, a driver to promise he's going to win, or for us to promise to be the best race car or the best power plant. So they're on it.
So given you're in the thick of it, how confident are you that the issues will be fixed by Melbourne, or do you fear that you're going to go to Melbourne and these problems could rear their head again?
I think it's too early to tell. We're making some good progress. I think Melbourne's going to be tough. I would be surprised if we're where we need to be and want to be by Melbourne. So it's going to be a tough start to the year.
How long are you going to stay with Honda? There's a straight question.
We've got a long-term contract, and we've won lots of championships with them. So and they've got the right people, and we've got the right people. So we're going to work through this together.
And do you see then McLaren and Honda seeing out that contract?
Oh yeah, that's what McLaren does.
But is it what Honda do? Honda have walked away from the sport before. Could they walk away from this?
I don't think so. They certainly haven't given any indication of that. Obviously, that was a Honda of a previous life. So this is I'm still new to the sport and getting to know everyone. But certainly, there's been no talk of anything other than getting to the front of the grid.
Still smiling then?
Still smiling, still loving it.
So they're on it, says Zak Brown, and they need to be. Just one more day of testing to go, and at the moment, well, this man here might have more chance of completing the race distance in Australia than that Honda engine. Really hope they get a fix on it. It's not been great for them, has it? Really hasn't. Force India did 137 laps today with Esteban Ocon, who's learning all the time and impressing the team. Williams did 165 laps. Haas did 119 laps. We had a chat with Romain Grosjean. He still feels they need to change from those Brembo brakes that they use to carbon industry so he can get a better feel and avoid some of the lockup problems that they're having. And this morning, the Haas was locking up quite a bit going into turn 5 when I was down there. And we stop right outside Ferrari, because whilst Mercedes today did 147 laps and Lewis Hamilton put the second fastest time in, Sebastian Vettel was the quickest of all the drivers and had the fastest time of the winter as well with a 1:19.024. And guess what? He backed off in the final sector as well. So you can probably take another 4/10 off that. One journalist was running up and down saying, do they think we're stupid? We think they're much faster than that. They're backing off. We know they're sandbagging. Well, the word from Ferrari tonight is reliable to sum up their day. I said, well, can we use speedy as well? And they said, no, you can use not so slow. Has to be said, Ferrari increasingly looking the real deal out on the track. From what I hear, the engine is very, very good this year. It is reliable, they're getting the laps in, and the pace is there as well. But we got one more day of testing to come, so anything can happen tomorrow. And at the end of Ask Crofty, hopefully we'll give you a pecking order as to where the teams stand going into the final race of the season. What I can definitely guarantee you is that Daniel Ricciardo will be with us answering your questions. So you get your tweets in now, hashtag Ask Crofty, and we'll speak to him. But for us all tonight in Barcelona, a reliable day and a not so slow day for Ferrari. I suppose that's the big headline. Personally, I thought they were blooming quick.